Hello YouTube viewing audience, Merry Christmas, although when I post this video it most certainly will not be Christmas of 2017 list. You might be perchance watching this on the Christmas of any following year. Anyways, this is the Frostivus 2017 treasure. I'm doing a video on this a little bit late because I'm using Christmas money to buy these cases. I did not want to drain the bank for this many cases because, as you can see, there's actually 18 sets. So if you want to get every set in there, you got to spend 18 times $2.49, which is a whopping $44.82. However, you do get a free treasure from playing 3 games. So thank you, Valve. Anyway, let's get straight to it. Let's just do a quick run over of the sets. I upped my graphics settings so that they don't look totally terrible, because I am on my laptop, as you might be able to see by the massive performance downgrade, and I'm visiting family. I'm on my laptop, so the performance is going to be a lot worse, but I bumped it up so that it would look nice for this video. Usually I'm on the lowest when I'm on my laptop. First of all is the Keeper of the Light Forgotten Renegade. Very cool set with an amazing reindeer mount and a very good facial hair feature for the Keeper of the Light. Next up is Pudge with the Iron Hog. I'm not too much of a fan of this set, but it is fairly different from some of the other Pudge sets that I've seen, so it's a welcome change. Next up is the Jakirah Elder Convergence. It's not really that different from even his default model, but it is, I believe, the first full Jakirah set, so that's nice to see. You have to start, it's like a job, you gotta start with reasonable expectations, not go with the really fancy stuff right off the bat, or else the expectations are too high. Next up we have the Alchemist Boilerplate Bruiser set, a very nice looking set with crazy particle effects, great theme, especially for the winter time. You can see even the little alchemist on top is wearing snow clothes while the ogre is clad in metal. Now it doesn't really make sense where the actual furnaces are, because that'd mean his stomach's like scooped out for coal to burn or something, but looks good anyways. Who cares about the biology? Next up is Brewmasters Ice Brew Angler, featuring a fishing rod with a frozen fish on the back. Very cool primary weapon. In fact, this is so cool it could probably be, it's just like immortal quality. It's just awesome. Other than that, the set's not too crazy, other than this lobster here that I just noticed. Next up we have the Broodmother Epoch of the Abysm. Not the best set out of all of her sets, and she does have a lot of sets, but it is decent, and it makes her spiderlings into little ice shards. So very nice themed set. Not the best though. So, oh no, we have to load them all back in. So you might hear a little bit of background noise. That's just my laptop's fans going off. Next up is the Lone Druid War Burrow Ravager. So here's the Druid form. Here is the bear. Looks like a nice blue color scheme here. And for the bear form, we actually have a similar color scheme, but it looks like he actually turns to stone. So that's a really different aesthetic that we're used to seeing with nature or lone druids. So yeah, nice and unique set there. Next up we have the Tidehunter Frost Shard Ascendant, which gives him ice-based weaponry and spikes on his back. Other than that, it's a pretty minimalistic set, as in it doesn't like cover him up. So yeah, we still have our watermelon, but he's frozen this time, with a really nice skull helmet actually. Nice horns on it too. Next up is Gyrocopter's Portent Payload, and the payload is a present with a massive rocket in it. So don't open it up if you see it. Alright, in terms of the top of the copter, there's a Santa's bag on the back, I suppose, and not too much is different with the copter itself. So yeah, pretty okay set in my opinion, not crazy. Next up is the Troll Warlord Ice Whack Marauder set. We don't actually have a lot of Troll Warlord sets, so this is really nice and welcome. Very sharp edges. You can see these frozen edges make it look super sharp. Pretty cool axes, and really nice facial hair and horns. So this is a pretty solid set. Nothing crazy. It's not like flowing all over the place with particle effects, but this is just a really nice set. Basic set, rare set. Next up is Beastmasters Southheart Growler. Gives him Ice Shard axes and arrows in him, but other than that, it's kind of a bit, not that, it's kind of minimalistic, as in it doesn't really change that much, and the changes that it does make aren't crazy. So next we have the Tusk Eye of the Weathered Storm set. Gives him, it almost looks like a Techie's Mine as his mace. Imagine that, Tusk just whacks you and you blow up. Jeez, that's like the Demo Man's Ullapool Caber from TF2. And it looks like he actually has a cannon shield hand on his other side, so wow, crazy weaponry there. A pretty nice looking fur and leather cape, and a nice red helmet with a cool feather animation particle effect thing at the top. So nice ornaments, but they're not super crazy again, except for this feather hat. I actually really like that feather effect. Next up is an Arc Warden set. Again, Arc Warden doesn't have too many sets, and this is a nice addition to them. It gives him a really cool kind of like curled cape, adds these blood red that really well contrast with the cool blue mantelpiece and hood. So yeah, pretty cool. And the shape of the hood in the front, how it looks like almost like a worm's mouth, it's really awesome. Or like, well, not an actual worm, but like one of those monster worms that you see in video games all the time. One of those. Next up is the Crystal Maiden Winter's Warden. Fantastic set. It looks like she has a poor man's shield, which doesn't exist in the game anymore. And a really cool scepter. As far as CM sets go, this is a pretty solid rare set. Of course, you know, CM is actually one of the most particle heavy and crazy looking heroes when it comes to cosmetics if you have all those immortals, because she has like fucking 4 immortals and like an arcana. So this is definitely not the best, but it's really good for a rare, and it's a really cool theme as well. I like it. Next up is Viper's Sign of the Nether Frost. Here we get little additions to the wings, I believe a little bit on the tail too, and the helmet as well. Pretty cool. Viper's kind of like not really, doesn't have any crazy cosmetics yet. This is a nice kind of like small touch-up and theme change, but yeah, nothing too crazy, nothing too dramatic. Next up we have Dragon Knight's Bitterwing Legacy, changing his color scheme to a blue color scheme. We have seen a few color scheme changes before, like Dragon Knight, the black version of Dragon Knight, but this is, I believe, the first blue that we see. So yeah, really cool. And can we see his Elder Dragon form? Yes, we get the Bitterwing as well. It's kind of hard to tell if the dragon's really that different, but it looks alright. The dragon's not crazy different, but the set itself is, especially with that really cool blue shield with an eye socketed in it, as you can see right there. Really cool detail with that eye. It looks so detailed. Alright, next up is Sniper's Seasoned Expeditionary with an icicle rifle. Wow, that is a pretty cool rifle. Otherwise, on the back he has like a quiver for the icicles, a blue cape, and a decent looking hat, with a little bird in it. So yeah, pretty cool set, but Sniper's pretty small, and this doesn't really catch my attention too much, but it's a really nice weapon, quiver, and bird. I really like those. For axe, we have some crazy facial hair. Let's take a look at the axe real quick first. It looks like a ice-themed axe, of course, and some ice-themed pauldrons, and a jawbone on his back. Excuse me. And it looks like he's wearing some sort of remains of chainmail as well on his shoulders and back as well, so pretty cool. But I think the main feature of this is probably just the facial hair. It's super cool, makes him look super manly. Other than that, he's also got this belt here, so yeah, it's a pretty cool set, mainly the facial hair, and I guess the axe is actually pretty cool. Okay, for the first bonus rare reward, we have Batrider's Apex Explorer that gives him an amazing white owl mount. The set itself on Batrider isn't that crazy, but the owl looks fucking amazing. So yeah, really cool set. Definitely one of the best mounts in the game. Next up we have Wraith King's Dark Reservoir as the very rare bonus reward. And this is actually really cool. All these particle flecks are pretty awesome. I don't actually know if they're default or not, since I actually don't play Wraith King that much, but yeah, really cool particle effects, really cool aesthetic, all the frozen armor, amazing like frozen sword. It really reminds me of World of Warcraft, even though like I never played it. It's kind of the World of Warcraft aesthetic that's become so iconic. Next up is Puck's Scariest Cold Spell Ultra Rare reward that turn his wings into a snowflake and grants snowflake particle effects. So yeah, pretty cool. Also, he has a little bell tied to his chin. Kind of peculiar. So yeah, kind of weird set, but really cool in the particle effects department. I really like this snowflake idea. Really cool. Alright, so let's get to opening them. 18 sets, 18 chances at a rare. In fact, 19, since as you might have noticed already, the Dragon Knight set has already been opened. As I previously mentioned, Valve has given every single player in the Dota 2 community one free non-tradable, non-marketable Frostivus treasure chest of 2017 if you play 3 games. Oh, looks like our Puck disappeared at the last moment. We'll end up with the Lone Druid set. I think, as most Dota unboxings go to these days, once the rares disappear, we'll just hit the skip button. This time, looks like Wraith King's hanging in for now. Come on. Gone. Alright. Well, I guess I'll talk about another unboxing I did just earlier. So, if you play Overwatch, during the Christmas season 2017, Blizzard gave out 5 free Christmas loot boxes on the day of Christmas. And when I opened my 5, I actually got 2 goddamn legendaries. Unfortunately, I did not record it, so damn. I got the legendary Nutcracker Zenyatta from last year's Christmas set, and I believe a legendary Mako Shark set for Roadhog. So yeah, I did get one of the Christmas themed legendaries, not from this year, but still very welcome. And I think I got maybe like 2 or 3 epics and a bunch of rares, but you know, no one wants to really brag about getting epics and rares. Although, I believe this year there was a rare for Orisa, a taunt, that had a dog popping out of a present, a puppy coming out of a present that a lot of people really liked. And that's not what I like. All my rares disappearing before they pop into my inventory. Come on now. In other news, I as part of the Trade.tf group, I got some alerts today that kind of disheartened me. The trade to oh come on, just as disheartening as that. But basically the Trade.tf bot sent me a message. I clicked on the link and it linked to the Steam group announcement that the owner of Trade.tf, or the host, I don't know, is closing Trade.tf. Oh fucking hell, dude. On January 1st and moving on to different projects, which is significant to me because that is kind of like one of the big trade TF2 trade sites, and it's closing down. And over the past, like, maybe ever since like talks, oh shit, come on, I had 2 rares at the end there. Anyways, ever since like Overwatch was like publicly released, people were talking about TF2 dying, like even before that. But now it really has hit me that the trade, the trade community might be slowing down a lot as well. So I've decided to sell a lot of like TF2 keys, marketable cosmetics on the market, and cash out while I can, because I never use any of my TF2 cosmetics anymore, so I might as well sell them for cash. Alright, unfortunately we have not received any rares yet. How many has it been? It's been about 9-ish treasures opened, so we're halfway through. Escalating odds might help us out, but not this time. Unfortunately, we're left with only the Warden set. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 treasures left. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's get that. Oh, maybe not. Nothing. Oh man, it's really hard to almost like shoutcast over the unboxing, because it's not slow enough for you to like say anything, but it's like not fast enough for you to not say anything at all. Okay, that's kind of hard. That's kind of okay, let me elaborate on that. The unboxing isn't so fast like the CSGO one, where it's just like really spontaneous and pops up on you, but it is not so slow that you can like go over every item that's disappearing. Okay, unfortunately we are on our last 2 sets. And they will be. Fucking hell, man. Okay, one left. Actually, wait, shit. I think I have one extra left. Because I started off with the Dragon Knight gone, right? Oh, shit. We have one more. We have one more chance to get a rare. Please let it be the Bat Rider Snow Owl or the Wraith King awesome ice armor set. Gaben, if thou art awake at 2:27 a.m. on the day after Christmas, because it is a.m., so it is technically the day after Christmas. If thou art out there, fucking hell, I really stumbled over there. If thou art out there, please bless this last treasure of mine. Grant me some rares, man. Oh, I accidentally hit skip. Alright, well, nothing good there, unfortunately, but pretty cool sets in the end. Probably some of the best sets in one case that we've ever seen. Also one of the largest treasures that isn't one of those crazy like 200 item ones from TI. But anyway, I hope you guys had a nice holiday season, whatever holiday you celebrate, or if you don't celebrate any at all. I hope you didn't get too annoyed by people saying like Christmas is always coming earlier and earlier every year, like it's October, people are putting up Christmas lights, you're like, why are you doing that? But anyways, yeah, I hope you guys had a great holiday season. If you guys got something awesome from the Dota 2 Frostivus 2017 treasure, post it in the comments. There were some really nice sets this year, so yeah, I'm pretty satisfied. Merry day after Christmas and a happy new year to come. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.